Hey everybody, how are we doing tonight? Hope everybody's well. I hope you had a good, safe weekend. And we're going to get into this topic here in just a few minutes. Will we work together when the time comes? Okay, so we're going to talk about that and how the importance of working together in those type of situations. So we're going to get into that here in a little bit. Okay, so anyway, I hope everybody's doing well. Just remember that this is a family-friendly oriented channel. And please keep your comments clean. Be respectful of each other. If you do not, my awesome moderators will boot you out of the chat. So just be decent to each other. Okay. And if you have comments after I talk, then I want, or when I'm done talking, then please all cap lock so it stands out for me. Okay, so before we start, I've had somebody ask me like 3 times, so I want to make sure I put this out there right away. Okay, this bucket, they asked me where it all came from, so I'm going to put that right there for you guys so you can see. Okay, it is Heirloom Organics, and it's Family Seed Vault by Heirloom Organics. I'm going to put that on there one more time for the people that are interested in that. And that had, and I'm going to just show you a couple things again really quickly. Like they had medical herb seeds. Okay, so there's that one. And let's see. There's 7 different types of tobacco seeds. That's more tobacco seeds. And then this one is 21 different herbal tea seeds. Okay. And then, of course, and I haven't opened these other ones up yet, guys, but like the top one here is Brussels sprouts, Long Island improved. Okay, so that's the first one. It says approximately 2,000 seeds for Brussels sprouts in the first one. So I don't know what else is in these other ones. Let's see if I can read one. Let's see. There's beets. Yeah, so there's a lot of different varieties of seeds in here. So I have all those in that pack, and then there's all these, which these are heavy. So I have no idea. Actually, I'll tell you what we're gonna do. Just because we're gonna open up this way, and we're gonna just take a look because I actually have no idea. All right, so this one here, this is wheat. This is white wheat, okay? And it says there's approximately 10,440 seeds in that one. This one is oats. I'll show you that. They're oats, okay? And that has approximately 13,500 seeds in there. Let's see, the next one. Okay, these are peas. Oregon Sugar Pod. There's approximately 540 seeds in that one. All right. And I'm not opening the other one, but there's, like I said, there's a great variety of stuff here. Okay, and these are beans. These are kidney beans. And there's approximately 480 in them. And again, it's Heirloom Organics is the company. Okay, so if you are interested, check them out. Everything's going to get put back away, but it's a really good way to have a lot of different stuff. I have a variety of seeds already. I mean, I got a ton of seeds, but you can never have too many. And that's just kind of the way I feel about that. Okay, so that being said, so one more thing before we get into talk. Heather played her championship game today, and they did lose. Okay, but the other team had an unfair advantage. And all you people from Canada are going to know what I'm talking about. I'm joking, guys. There was a girl on the other team that was actually from Canada, and she was really, really good. She was the skip, which is the lead person for the other team, and they won. So, it happens. They're not going to win them all. But she had a good tournament, and she enjoyed it. But she... Sean Wheeler, we rock it curling. Yeah, because it's so cold up there all the time. You got nothing else to do to be out on the ice. That and hockey, right? So, but hey, she had a good time. and that's more than, that's the important thing, is always making good memories with good people. That's what it's really all about, and so that was good. I'm glad she had fun. So, but did you hear about? Oh yeah, I heard about the plague that was over in Canada. Yeah, we talked about that in the last live stream. Yeah, we did talk about that. Okay, so let's get into talking first, and then we can definitely get into your guys' questions in the chat, and I definitely try to address as many of them as I possibly can. Will we work together when the time comes? And it's like that's a double-edged sword for me, because I would like to think that we will, but this country, and I'm just going to go with the United States, guys. I'm not going to talk about any other countries. I'm just going to talk about the United States. The divisions in this country are so vast that I think people will help each other, but unfortunately, I think a lot of times, not all. So please don't tell me I'm lumping everything into one category, because I'm not going to say all. But I think that you're going to see black people will help black people. You'll see white people will help white people. Hispanic people will help Hispanic people. The Indian people will help the Indian people. The Native Americans will help each other. I think you're going to see a lot of that happening, where it's going to go along racial divides, okay? And people are going to watch out. And I hate to use this term, but their own, okay? Because that is so ridiculous, and it should not be like that at all. But unfortunately, because of the prejudice that are out there, I think you're going to see a lot of that happening. Then I think you're going to see a lot of people, because of religious views, are going to stick together with their own culture of religion, be it Muslim. I think you're going to see the Muslim people are going to band together. I think you're going to see the Christian people are going to band together. So, in the Jewish people, in their own circles and stuff like that, et cetera, et cetera. I think you're going to see a lot of that. But I think that there are a lot of good people out there that are not going to care. Here's something I want you to think about. If you're in a car wreck, okay, and a lot of us have been in accidents, okay, I don't look at the person that's coming to take me to the hospital and go, wait a minute, what religion are you, or what nationality are you? I'm not going to go. I'm not going to have a Chinese person transport me to the hospital. I mean, no, I don't think anybody's ever done that. They don't care. Get me to the hospital, take care of me, make sure I'm okay. Okay, so I think you're going to see, in some cases, people will work together regardless of what the situation may be as far as different backgrounds goes, which I really hope that is the case. So I got my tea here, and I got my RIT cup going. But, like I said, I'm hopeful that people can get beyond the stupid stuff, is what I really, truly hope. And the question becomes, how many of the different will be prepper groups? Well, that's, what, JJ, that is a very, very good question, because I'm going to tell you what, and as we all know, the majority of preppers that are out there prepping are white people. You have a lot more percentage-wise, and it's been proven, so I'm not saying anything that's not true. The percentage-wise of people that are preppers, the majority of them are white. So, it's, I'm going to tell you right now, and I've talked about this, guys, and I'm going to say it again. If somebody comes to my door and they need help, and, I'm going to try to help everybody I possibly can. I don't care what color they are. I really don't. If they are a decent person, and I feel in my heart that they're a decent person, I'm going to try to help them. If I think they're a scumbag, again, I don't care what color they are. I'm not helping people just because they're white or just because of whatever. I'm going to help people that need help. And again, so, I'm offended. I think that's actually very funny. It's funny that you said that. I like that. I know you're joking, so that's funny. But anyway, I like I said, I think that it's important when the time comes that hopefully people will put aside the pettiness, okay, and work together. And I really think, I'm going to tell you what, guys, and this is my honest, truly belief. If we cannot put aside the pettiness when the time comes, we will not survive. We won't. Because then it'll be, this group is going to fight that group. because of the color of their skin, and this group is going to fight that group because of their religion, and then nobody wins. Nobody wins in that type of situation. So I think that when the time comes, we got to try to work together the best that we possibly can. And I'm going to tell you what, it's just, there's a lot of good people out there. And that's what, sometimes I think people lose sight of the fact that we are all one race, the human race. And I think that that's important. I think that that's important that we realize that. And all these things that are put in there in the propaganda machine to divide us, because if you divide us, you conquer us. And that's exactly what they've continued to do. This is why it's important to weed out the bigots and the jerks now. You're right. I absolutely agree with you 100%, Aloha Prepper. I absolutely agree with you. If somebody's going to be like that, you don't want that type of person in your group. So, again, I think that that's important to do too. You definitely have to vet people. And the thing is, the more connections and the more people that you can reach out to and get together with now, and you find out. I mean, I'm going to tell you what, you really want to find out how somebody is, sit back and have a couple of beers with them. You know what I mean? Because I'm going to tell you what, alcohol, catching a little bit of a buzz, people will have a tendency to speak their mind much more freely. So, but yeah, so, like I said, it's just, it's definitely, it's something that we all need to think about. We need to put aside the pettiness when the time comes and realize, the government is going to muck us all when SHTF, you know what? They're not going to be there to help us. I can tell you right now. If you pull your skin off, I can't tell what color you are. Exactly, Kat. And when you cut us, we all bleed red. I don't care what color you are on the outside. Okay, so, and, but, it's, unfortunately it happens. You know what I mean? It's just people, they get caught up in the nonsense that is perpetuated constantly. And we need to put it aside and try to do the best for everybody. When SHTF happens, it's 2 men enter, 1 man leaves in my mind. Prepper 101 says, you know what? I don't necessarily see that as the case. I think sometimes that may be the case. You may be in situations where you're going to have to do what you have to do, but you're not going to care what color that person is. If somebody's trying to take your stuff or try to hurt you or your group, you're not going to care. You're going to do what you have to do to defend what's yours and the people that you care about, So I don't think we're going to have a choice but to work together to survive. And I agree with you, Sean Wheeler. I absolutely agree with you. In order to survive what's coming, we definitely have to work together. And if we can put aside that pettiness now, before it's SHTF, even better. You know what I mean? So we got to remember, guys, the government, the powers that be, whoever's in charge behind the government, does not want you to work together. They don't want you to be coordinated, to have like-minded people connecting together. They don't want that. They absolutely don't. They want to be in control. They want to be in charge. I was in Eastern Europe during Prehistoria. We worked together. End of topic. Yeah, exactly. And you know what? And that's how it should be. So, that's absolutely how it should be. Everybody should be working together, no matter what. And I think that that's the best way to do it. But unfortunately, like I said, I think there will be groups that are going to not want to work together, that are going to be just out for themselves, and they're going to kill anybody that's a different color than them. And that's going to be black groups that are going to do that. That's going to be white groups that are going to do that. That's going to be Hispanic groups. They're not going to be able to let go of stupid stuff, and are just going to think, okay, it's payback time, or they were wronged for whatever reason in their lives, and they're going to Here's the funny thing that I find, and with a lot of people, okay, regardless of color, when people don't make it in life and they didn't get what they wanted or didn't achieve what they wanted, they're looking for somebody else to blame. Instead of looking at the true person that they should be blaming is that person in the mirror. It's all about choices, folks. That's what the best part of free will is we have a choice to make decisions, to do the right thing, to make choices that are going to help ourselves and help our families. And unfortunately, a lot of people just won't do it. They won't. For whatever reason, they can't let pettiness go. And that's just the way it is, unfortunately. So, you were on late tonight? No, I wasn't. No, right on time, actually. Right on time. Actually, I'm like 2 minutes early every time, too. I'm always like, I do it at 7:58. I'm definitely a creature of habit when it comes to stuff like that. So, in 2020, the collapse. You know what? There's a lot of things, numerology, guys. I had somebody sent me an information about the numerology stuff with it, and they were saying that 2020 is going to be a great war. So I hope not, to be honest with you. I hope that's not the case. Would it shock me? Absolutely not. Because, as long as you have people out there and they're going to fight over stupid little things, it's going to happen. I think 2021, Danny says. You know what? Like I said, whenever something happens, guys, I think all of us are really, truly going to be caught off guard no matter when it happens. Because you're going to still be, even as, and here's the thing is, as preppers, we're getting ready for whatever, okay? Not just the end of the world as we know it, but I think a lot of people, when it happens, we're all going to be like, oh my God, I can't believe it. I think that's what the reaction for most people are going to be. That's the initial reaction. And then we go, okay, now it's game on. And everything that you've been preparing for, everything that you've been training for, it all goes into effect at that point. Absolutely goes into effect at that point. So, there's supposed to be an asteroid in April. I did not know that. I know there's always things that can change like that. Absolutely will definitely change, the dynamics of things. If we have an asteroid hit, absolutely would. What do we got? 130 thumbs up. So I got to do this, guys, because if I don't do it, my haters would be just so upset with me that I didn't do it. So if you could hit that thumbs up, I would appreciate it. Let's just irritate the haters and the trolls as much as we possibly can. So I appreciate it if you throw that thumbs up out there. Let's see. Hate spawns back to jealousy. You're right, Choo Choo Rooter Bean. A lot of it is jealousy. People are going to always be jealous that somebody has something that they don't have. Instead of working hard to make it happen for themselves, they won't put that effort in. They would rather complain. And I think that you're going to see that a lot with people, unfortunately. I wanted to share you something. I did go out today, and I went to Tractor Supply. I wanted to pick up more cat food and dog food, which I did do. But they got a great selection of stuff at Tractor Supply. So I wanted to show you some of the things that I got today. And so I'm like, when I talk to you guys about knowledge is power, really, really mean it. And I think it's important to always continue to try to expand, learn more, and get more information that you possibly can. So it's called Backyard Medicine, updated and expands the second edition. So it's different, your plants and stuff like that. And again, I have no affiliation with any of these books. These are just books that I think that are cool. I was looking through them, and like a lot of, it's got the pictures to show you what the plant looks like, and all the information about it. And I just, to me, these things here are worth their weight in gold. They really, truly are, because it's like knowledge is power again. When the time comes, and now all of a sudden we're all on our own, and there's no lights on anymore. Now we need to get on it. Okay. So then I picked up this one. This is by the Department of the Army, a complete guide to wild edible plants. Okay. So it was originally created by the U.S. Army, and so, but they have everything in here. It's got all kinds of pictures to show you desert, wherever you are, as far as that goes. It's got all kinds of information and what can be used for, and the edible parts of the plant and what not to eat and stuff like that. So survive and thrive in the outdoors. So again, I picked that one up as well. I'll just put that up there so you guys can see that. All right. So then the next one that I picked up, canning and preserving, how to make soup, sauces, pickles, relish, and more. This is the Amish, okay? Entire Amish world of hard work, studying, sturdy families, and freshest produce. So it's got all the different things in here. And again, there's like zucchini relish. There's that one. So just, again, just more information, good stuff to have. And like I said, it's just, I think that it's very, very smart to have. So this next one I absolutely had to get because, as you guys know, I recently received a beehive. So keeping honeybees. So I picked this up because I absolutely need to get on it and learn as much as I possibly can before I get my bees in the spring. But yeah, it's just a lot of really good information about honeybees and what to do and what to look for and how to take care of them. And so, yeah, I'm like, I picked that one up. I said, absolutely. Like I said, knowledge is power. So the more information you have, especially in hardcover, the better off you're going to be. Then I did pick up a magazine. And so this is something that, and the reason that I picked this magazine up was because of one thing right now. It said free food in the winter woods. Okay. So this is by Grit. And this must be their latest one. But yeah, so it's talking about, free food in the woods in the winter. So I thought, you know what, that'd be a good thing to look at. And so I picked that up as well. So I just think that it's, I think it's important, again, and I've talked about this before, get as much in hardcover that you can possibly get. Download stuff off the internet, guys. Get binders. Get that information. It's going to be such a valuable resource. Because here's right now, okay, I mean, now I like to read, okay? So I have to, I make time I try to read all the time as much as I possibly can. But you have to make time for that right now, because you're busy, you're doing this, you're doing the other thing. When SHTF happens, guys, we're going to have nothing but time. And so you're going to need information. You're going to need manuals and things to look at and reference guides and those type of things, and then figure out how to make things work. So that's where a lot of that information is going to be very, very valuable. It's not just surviving what's coming, guys. It's thriving while surviving. And again, once the event is over, once we get past that event, now we need to rebuild. So to be able to rebuild and to have a decent chance at survival, having the more knowledge that you have, it's just going to make it that much better because, everybody's not going to make it, and that's something that we really need to think about. Everybody in your group's not going to make it. Everybody that, like, let's say you have 3 carpenters and a flu comes through and kills all 3 of your carpenters. Now you have 0 carpenters. Okay. So again, those are things that you need to think about. Now there's always a cross training. I think that that's really important when the time comes and there's a building project. Let's say, okay, we're past the SHTF event and now it's time for a building project. Hey, L. Gibson, by any chance, did you pick up a basic cookbook? No, I did not. I do have some recipes. That's funny. I appreciate that. Thank you. And thank you for that donation. But I do have other stuff with recipes and stuff. I do have those. I absolutely do. That's actually pretty funny. I like that. But again, cross-training. So when you have somebody that's a carpenter and there's a building project, you bring everybody in and he teaches everybody. So, obviously you're going to have, like Greg. Greg is a carpenter, okay? And I'm going to tell you what, Greg is a wealth of knowledge. And when that time comes, he is going to not only be the carpenter, he's going to be a teacher. He doesn't know it yet, but Greg's going to be a teacher. And he's going to help people. And that's the best part. Again, the whole goal overall in any kind of situation is to teach you, the individual, to help yourself. So if you have the carpenter come in and just build it for you, what have you learned? You've learned nothing. When we were doing the chicken coop, and I'm going to tell you what, guys, and I've been very, very honest. I'm not a carpenter, I'm not a plumber. I never said that I was any of those things. But when we did the chicken coop, I helped him with the chicken coop. And so, basically I did what he told me to do. I said, you tell me what to do and I'll do it. Now, that's how it should be. but you get your hands dirty, you get in there and you work and you learn. And I did learn some stuff, working with him with that build of the chicken coop. And I think that that's awesome, and I respect the fact that he took the time and was patient with me and said, this is why we're doing this and this is why we're doing that. So he's already doing that. So again, when that time comes, those people that have those different skill sets are going to cross train other people because they need to. We got. I think they did something in the central Ohio today that caused the electricity to go out for about an hour. It caused the internet to go out. Oh, that's not good. Sean Wheeler said, Ed, you've learned a ton of stuff since you've been at the homestead. You know what, Sean? You're absolutely right. Hands-on, being here, learning what works and what doesn't work. It's just like with our solar system. Okay. That has been such a learning experience. It is unbelievable. And I'm so glad because I've learned what works and what doesn't work. And that's the key before an SHTF. Work the bugs out, guys. Find out what works. Okay, so you went out and you got all the components. All right, you got everything and you got it all put away. But now SHTF happens. You put it all together because you got the manuals to show you how to do it and everything like that. This is wrong. This doesn't work. You just fried the inverter by mistake. Now what are you going to do? Okay. Learn how to work that equipment. Learn what works. Learn what doesn't. Learn how to troubleshoot. Learn how to, to check your water levels in your battery. Make sure your acidic levels are where they should be. If you have, the water that you're using with the distilled water and stuff like that. All those things come into play, and learning those things ahead of time is invaluable. And being up here and farting around and doing this, that, and the other thing, I've learned a lot since I've been up here. One of the things I learned, I don't know everything, but I never claimed to know everything anyway. But it's been a fantastic adventure, and I will continue to learn. Yeah, the stage is getting set for SHTF. You know what? It wouldn't shock me. That's been coming for a while. But again, while we have time, guys, continue to do the best you can. Continue to get ready. And again, and I'm going to say, I said it earlier and I'm going to say it again. Things in hardcover, okay? Get that information. Get as much of it as you can. If you're just downloading it off the internet, do it. Put it in binders. Whatever information that you can get that you think will help you after SHTF, go and get it. I have manuals on concrete work. I have manuals on carpentry, plumbing, all those things. I have all that stuff out in the shop. Excuse me. But again, and I do that because I want to have that information when the time comes. If we got to reference something, we can do it. And I think that that's really, really important. Let's see. I'm sure the 1850s were full of SHTF naysayers. You know what? There's always going to be people that are going to say, nothing's ever going to happen. You're always going to get that. And then when something happens, they're the ones that are going to cry the loudest, So Thanksgiving, I'm bringing preps to show my family with a packet of info why I prep finally. That's cool, Sue. That's good. And you know what? What makes great Christmas gifts? Prep items. Really does. Get them prep gear. Give them something and say, listen, I want you to keep this in your car. And in case of an emergency, you have that in your car. An emergency kit like that. Put something together for your family. There's nothing wrong with that. And if they don't like it, too bad. You know what I mean? But you're doing it to help save them. And you know what? Down the road, that may be something that does save their life. And you know what they'll do? They're going to come back to you. And it doesn't even have to be the end of the world as we know it, but it could be, that personal emergency where they end up in a ditch and they didn't have anything, but they had that thing that you put together for them in their car, and that saved their life. And they're going to come back to you and go, man, you know what? Thank you. So, and you're not doing it for the thank you. You're doing it because you care. That's why you do it. Let's see. The government is scheduled to shut down next week. Oh, they're doing that again? Yeah, they just keep playing games upon games upon games. This whole impeachment game is just a big circus. It's just, again, it's just a distraction. How about the Republicans and the Democrats stop farting around, work together, and help the country? That's what they were elected to do, not to play games and go after the sitting president and play all that nonsense. So just imagine if they would shut down forever. Wouldn't that be nice? That'd be a nice change. And then we'd actually be responsible for our own stuff. Then you're going to see people work together. If they ever did that, you're going to see people work together. I'm going to tell you what, and this is what I honestly believe, okay? And I'm going to go with a small town like, that are all around here. There's a lot of small towns. And everybody knows everybody in those small towns. And I think that that's a good thing. But I think what you're going to have happen when that time comes, and I've talked about it, they're going to seal up those towns, and they're not going to let strangers in. And, so what they're going to do is they're going to work together. That's what truly is going to happen. We're talking about working together. That's when you're going to see people working together. I really, truly believe in my heart, and I've talked to people up here, when SHTF happens, the people that I haven't even talked to up here will work together at that point, because it's in their best interest to work together for our own survival. We may not be able to go to town. It may be impossible to get to town. So we're going to have to rely on each other to get through what's going to happen, to work together and try to make all of our lives better. So, you're going to see. So here's an example. I was actually thinking about this the other day. Let's say SHTF happens and it is not an EMP. Okay. Now there's another guy that's up here in my area that also has solar. All right. But he is grid tied, but he has all the equipment and he has all that type of stuff. What'll happen is, guys, this would be like the hub, if you will, because I have the solar system, I have the batteries, I have a way to have power. So people will be using that power for whatever, they need to charge up batteries. They're going to need to charge up power tools, whatever it may be. Okay. So what will happen is you're going to see all around my property, little huts are going to go up and things are going to get built, and there's going to be the infrastructure, and this is going to be dead center. So there's going to be that layers of defense. So people are not just going to walk down the street and shoot up the house. That's not how it's going to work. Okay. I really think that that's the way it would end up being. Whatever the main area is that does have power and stuff like that. And because that other guy does have power as well. And I've talked to him, he's a good dude. And, we would work together. We would get it set up where we worked together. And I think that's going to have to be what's going to have to be done. People are going to have to work together. They're going to have to put aside pettiness to survive and to thrive. And it's just survive. Everybody always talks about surviving what's coming, making it through what's coming. But it's making it through what's coming and actually being comfortable, number one. And number two is on the other end, rebuilding what happens then, and how you treat people is going to go a long way at that point. Let's see. I would like to share one or two of you that aren't Uncle Wolf. Oh, that's fine. Yeah, okay. Yeah, right. They're not banning ham radios in California. What they're trying to do is they're trying to regulate the repeaters that people are putting in public areas. They don't want that, so they're trying to fine people for that. It's just a money grab, realistically. The ham operators in California are not being banned, but there's a game being played by the governments of California, okay? And it's strictly another money grab is what it is. And so they're making it almost impossible for those people that are in certain areas to put these tower or the repeater things up there so that they can talk long distances. And so that's the problem that they have out there. Yeah, no way ham radio could be controlled in an SHTF situation. You're absolutely right. And I'm going to tell you what, if there's an SHTF situation and you know anybody that's a ham operator, that's where you're going to get your news from, guys, because they're going to be talking with people all over the country, in other parts of the world, and that will be how we're going to find out what's going on where. You know, yeah, they want ham operators to pay for repeater service. Right, exactly, JJ. Yep. So, and if you put it up in a public area or something like that, then they're going to they're trying to charge people more for that. How's Eddie doing? Eddie's doing okay. I talk to Eddie every day, and he's doing okay. I was going to get together with both of the kids on Thursday, but because of the flat tire that I had, I wasn't able to. So, I'm going to see them this next week, though. So, but no, but he's doing fine, and we're talking every day, like I said, and I'm going to get together with both of them this next week, and we're going to have some. Actually, what day? I got to look and see something here. While I'm sitting here, I will take a look at this right now. So hold on one second, guys. All right, yeah. So I'm going to get together with the kids on Thursday, which is the 21st, because the Thursday after that's Thanksgiving. I was trying to remember when exactly Thanksgiving was. Brain dead. I'm sorry, but I'll see both of the kids on Thursday, and we're gonna go and have lunch or something like that, or breakfast. I'm not sure exactly what it's going to be at, depending on the time that we get together. They're using the excuse that ham operator signals interfere with the 5G. Oh yeah, like I said, it's always an excuse. They're always having, what it comes down to at the end of the day, it's that money grab. California is like the worst state. They've lost like 700,000 or 800,000 people in the last year that moved out of the state, and unfortunately, they've moved into like Texas and Arizona and those places. So, are you concerned college trying to brainwash your kiddo? No, because you know what? Heather's a very strong-minded individual. She can think for herself, and she has her own thoughts. So, absolutely not. I'm not even worried about that. But no, Heather will be fine. Like I said, it's she's got me as a dad, and I will definitely keep her grounded. But she's very grounded, very very smart. She will not be manipulated, so I'm not even worried about that. It's time to take a road trip. Come down and spend Thanksgiving with us, Choo Choo. Hey, you know what? I would love to. I'm actually getting together with my mom and my sister for Thanksgiving. So, that I will be with them. But I appreciate that offer. I definitely, Choo Choo, actually get a hold of me again. Give me your number again. I may be over the course of the winter at some point taking a road trip down that way. So, love to stop in and see some people in the South and visit and stuff like that. So, definitely would like to do that. Why is Heather grounded? Not grounded in a bad way. She's grounded like she's got a good head on her shoulders. So no, Heather's never really been grounded. I don't think in her life. She's gotten in trouble a couple times when she was younger, but no, she's a good kid. She's a very, very good kid, and she does have a boyfriend now. So haven't met him yet. I did talk to him on the phone, and I'm sure she warned him. She told him, I got to tell you guys, he's gonna love this. So I will always, and I do it all the time. We all have people. We have ways that we judge people. Okay, so one of the ways that I judge people is by their handshake. My grandfather always told me, you can tell the way a man is by the way he shakes your hand. He says, and he always told me that, and I never forgot that. And he's like, old school. I mean, my grandfather's been gone since '94. So, but so she warns this kid. She goes, now listen, when you meet my dad for the first time, make sure you give him a good handshake. I go, Heather, you can't be telling him that, So, oh my God, shotgun wedding coming soon? No, we don't want that. We do not want that. But so I'm like, he's got to pass the test on his own. So we'll see how he does. I trust her judgment. And, we'll see how the kid is. Hopefully, she said he's a good kid. He's nerdy, which is perfect. I like that. Yeah, meet him with a shotgun. No, I'm going to tell you what. I just, I'm sure he's a good kid. So I'm not even worried about that. I really am not. Have I ever watched The Coming Convenience? No, I haven't. I haven't seen that. Oh, I probably will, Heather, be passing through North Carolina if I come down that way. So, I absolutely would like to get together with some people. Contact me if you're interested. You want to get together because it's definitely going to be in the winter. I want to get out of Dodge, probably in January is what I'm thinking, and take like a week and just get in the car with the kids and get out of Dodge. So. Yeah, Wolfang says, remember, we were all young at one time. That's right. And you know what? They got to learn. She now has this young man that she's spending her time with, which is great. I think it's a fantastic thing. But, as long as he treats her decent, and that's all I care about. Like I said, it's like, and he will get to talking to with, keep your hands to yourself talk. And if he doesn't, then I'll put my hands on him. So, it's one of those kind of deals. So, but I trust her judgment. Like I said, she's a very, very smart girl. So, JJ says, yeah, but those times were different than today. Yeah, they're definitely different than today. They're definitely different than today. But you know what? Like I said, Heather has a great head on her shoulder. She's a very smart girl. So, she's not going to put herself in bad situations. Sherry said, I'd come down here and your family will always be welcome, North Carolina. Well, thank you very much, Sherry. I appreciate that. Yeah, if anybody is really, if you'd like to get together, if I make a road trip, I'll try to stop in and see a few people. I absolutely would like to do that and just, say, hey. So, yeah, definitely a hands-on dad. You have to be. You know what? You need to be involved in your kid's life, even when they're growing up. And, if she ever got with somebody and they were abusive, I'm going to tell you what, and even if I couldn't physically take the guy, there's ways to hurt people without physically taking them, So, that's just how that goes. But again, my daughter is the most important thing to me. So, I don't care, And like I said, you know what? Life in prison at my age doesn't have this scary feel to it that it did when I was 20. They'll have to take care of me in my old age. Not that I'm going to do anything that drastic, but I'm just saying I will always protect my children. Were you ever concerned that someone will try to take the lead of your group? No, not really. I've never had that concern. No. Because anybody that's been in my group, they realize that we need to work together. I'm not trying to be a dictator. I want you guys to know that. Anybody that would be in my group, I'm not trying to be a dictator, but somebody has to be the person that makes those difficult decisions. And I've never had a problem ever doing that, where some people would really bother them, to make those tough decisions. I will do what I need to do. So that's just the way it's always been. So. Somebody has to do that, and I just have always been just the way I've always been. Small female, put guy against the wall, finger, thumb, throat, knee down there. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm going to tell you what. It's like, and Heather's had training. I've taught Heather some things that if she ever got in a situation where she knows how to protect herself. How will you feed your chickens if you leave? Oh, Mom would stay here. I've already talked to Mom about that. If I do get a chance to go, if I'm going to go on vacation, it'll probably be in January. Mom would stay right here at the homestead while we were gone to take care of the cats and the dogs and the chickens. So we've already had that discussion. So when we had gone away before, when we went to South Carolina, God, it's 4 years ago now, I think. That was like my last vacation was about 4 years ago. We went down and saw my stepson, Josh, who was in college at the time, and he was at Myrtle Beach. So we had gone down, and so we made that trip, and I saw my buddy Reese that lives in South Carolina as well. And but Mom and George, because she was with George at that time, George was still alive, and they came here and they stayed right here. So, say no to the beach for now. Yeah. Oh, the beach is awesome. The beach is. I love the beach. I love one of my favorite things ever. And one of the best storms I ever saw was I was down in Daytona Beach in Florida, and I was up at probably the 18th, 19th floor of the hotel, right on the beach. Okay, right on the beach. And we looked out over the ocean, and there was a storm, like way, way out over the ocean. You could see it. It was absolutely fascinating. It was very, very cool to watch. And I like storms anyway, so that was very, very cool. Mr. Rose, freezing rain here. I did not make a pot of chili today, JJ. No, I did not. I had a salad today. That was my dinner. So I'm trying to eat better, drop some weight, and I've dropped some already. And if you're asking if I'm walking, I have not been walking. There's been other stuff going on, but I've been trying to stay more active and really cutting back on the sweets, which is difficult because I love my sweets. So, yeah, it's, yeah. Would I house Antifa during SHTF? Now, you know what? That's a silly question. And no, I would not. So, that's just a silly question. If it's a hate group, guys, if you're part, see here, when I've talked about this before, SHTF happens. I talk about good people. Okay, I'm talking about these Antifa type of people or any kind of other hate groups. Okay, those people are getting shown the door. They're not coming in. So no haters. Exactly. I'm not going to tolerate that. I would not have somebody come in here and start spewing hatred to other people because of the way they looked, the way they acted, the way they dressed, all those type. And it's not going to happen. That's not going to be acceptable. So, those type of things. That's actually kind of a silly question. No criminals dangerous. You know what? It would depend, Elizabeth, on what the crime was. Now, obviously, you're not going to want rapists or child molesters in your group. Do I have a dehydrator? Yes, I do. I do have a dehydrator. If somebody committed petty crimes, that they're still a criminal, but they're not a bad person per se, and maybe they've turned themselves around. Now, a rapist and a pedophile, no. A murderer that just killed people because they enjoy killing people, no. I don't want those type of people in my group, and I won't have those type of people in my group. If I saw somebody in my group committing rape or child molestation, I'll put them down myself. I'll tell you that right now. There won't be a trial. There won't be any of this other nonsense anymore. They'll just be done because I'm not going to have that. My group, we're not going to go out and try to terrorize people. That's not what it's about. Absolutely not what it's about. And petty crime depends on the person. Exactly. Otto said, lost 68 pounds this year, and I have been off 11 medications for 6 months, never felt better. That's awesome. I'm glad to hear that because I'm going to tell you what, the weight definitely makes a difference. I know and that's one of the reasons why I decided to do something, because I hit a certain weight level that I didn't like, and it was time. I talk about pushing away from the table. It was time to push away from the table. So I've really tried to watch what I'm eating more now. Just a cat rocking the boat. So, but guys, if you haven't shot that thumbs up yet, if you would do that, I definitely would appreciate it. See, I've only asked twice tonight, so I'm not, but we got almost 500 people in the chat, and we're at 275 on the thumbs up. So yeah, cat shaker, exactly. Sean says, let's hit 400 thumbs up. Well, we got a ways to go to hit 400, but yeah, if you haven't done a thumbs up yet, I would appreciate it if you would do that. But again, like I said, when the time comes, guys, when SHTF happens, I really think, I'm hopeful. Let's say I'm hopeful that people will get over the pettiness and the nonsense. And you got to understand, too, when SHTF happens, there's not going to be any more TV, no more propaganda. And all of a sudden, people are going to realize that we need to work together, that we need for the common good of everybody in your town, everybody in the area or the neighborhood that you live in, that you need to work together. And I think you're going to see that happen more without all that mind-numbing nonsense that they're throwing at us every day. So, yeah, no more propaganda, exactly. So I think that will make a difference. And you know what? Like I said, if Here's another example. I'm going to give another example. Soldiers are in a combat zone, okay? And you could be the biggest racist in the world. But if that black dude or that Asian dude or that Chinese guy or that Hispanic guy saves your life, all you care about then is what color uniform he's wearing, and if he's there to help you. Okay, so those are things that people. Once you're in a combat situation, you're not looking at what color the guy in the bunkers with you. You're looking to help each other to survive that situation. So that's something to think about as well. Video game fantasy life over. You're exactly right. Yep. Yeah, knowing your neighbors is crucial. You're right. That's a great comment, and I appreciate you saying that. And that's right. Make those connections now. Talk to your neighbors, and and realize, who you can trust and who you can't trust. Like I said, now you guys, you've seen Greg, and you've also seen my other neighbor Richard. He's got the smaller tractor, and he's helped me out a few times here. They're good people. Both of them are, and I absolutely plan on working with both of them when the time comes. Greg, obviously, you guys know Greg is also a prepper just like I am. Richard's not, but he's got a lot of stuff stored up, and like I said, he's good people, and I will absolutely have his back, and I know he would have mine, because it's just it's just the way it is. Yeah, when the enemy fire's coming down, there is no skin color. You're exactly right. There's just them and you, and you and your group of guys, and that's what you need to concentrate on. When the time comes, guys, I'm going to tell you what, it's going to be bad. If you don't think it's going to be bad, then you're delusional. If you don't think that things would go really, really bad, really, really quickly, people are going to need to work together. They're going to really need to. So try to put aside that pettiness now if you can. If you can make the good connections now with people and forge those bonds and relationships, I highly encourage you to do so. Frugal Google. Yeah, Heather's team didn't do what they lost today. Hey, Otto, thanks for all that you do, Ed. God bless. Thank you very much, and I appreciate that donation. Thank you so much. Yeah, Heather's a curling team lost today, but they had a good run. They had a lot of fun, and that's the most important thing. But she's tired. She told me she was tired. So, but that's a lot of curling. It's and they're on the ice and it's cold, and so. But she had a good time. But unfortunately, the other team had a ringer, a Canadian. No, I'm just teasing, guys. But yeah, there was the girl, the skip, which is the head person on the other team, was Canadian, and Heather's like, man, she was really good. I said, I know, I was watching her. She was. This girl was good, but like I said, it just keep working at it and try it harder next time. You never know. A Canuck, that's right. I love Canadians, guys. Anybody from Canada, I love you guys. You know that. So I've been up there many, many times. Love your beer. That's all I drink. That's all I drink is Canadian beer. So, yeah, Canadians are fun. Good people. Good times. Oh my God, I've partied up there sometimes when I was younger. Whew. Good time up in Canada. Let's see. SHTF is bad tasting medicine. America needs to get over its sickness, unfortunately. You know what, Paul Taylor? I couldn't agree with you more. I'm going to tell you what, there needs to be a culling. There absolutely does. Hey, Vincent, I respect everyone's personal beliefs. Also, I bought $200 worth of freeze-dried food. Thanks, Ed, for the advice. You're helping me through my personal SHTF. You're very welcome, and I'm glad that I was able to help you and make great decisions, and I appreciate that. And thank you very much for that donation as well. But, yeah, no, you know what? And I've had several people contact me, guys, and tell me because of watching the channel, they got into prepping, and then they had a personal SHTF happen to them. And that made the difference that they made it through their personal SHTF by having food back. And that's why we prep. And I'm glad that you guys did that. I'm glad that you woke up and started prepping because it made the difference if you made it or not. And I think that that's really awesome. And and thank you. I appreciate you giving me credit for it, but it's not me. It was you. You were the ones that woke up and made the decision to do the smart thing. And What is the name of Heather's YouTube? It's Hang Out with Heather. And I don't think she's made a video in a month, to be honest with you. So it's HANG Out with Heather, no space in between. That's Heather's channel. I got to get on her and tell her to get a video up for you guys. But, I know she's been very, very busy. She just had, tests that she just had to do a bunch of tests. So, but yeah, but anyway, getting through those personal SHTS, we all have them, guys. The thing, what we all need to realize is everybody's going through something. They may not show it. They may not, express it. They may not talk about it. But everybody at any given time is going through something. And be it like a physical illness, or be it a loss of job, or problems at work, or problems at home, or whatever the case may be, we're all going through something. And so I think it's really, really important that we try to give each other some slack if we can, and just be respectful of each other. I think that that's really important to do too. So what do we got? We got 321 thumbs up. Let's do one more push here. Well, we'll do one more before I sign off too. But right now, if you haven't done a thumbs up yet, if you would do that, I would definitely appreciate it. Let's see if we can get it to 400 just for fun. So we're at 325, so we got 75 to go. Let's see if we can get it there. I'll be eating dingleberry. Is that what? Yeah, dingleberries. Oh my God, that's funny. Don't eat the dingleberries. They're not good for you. There's not a lot of nutrition in that. But, where am I from? I'm from Rochester, New York. I grew up on the outskirts of Rochester. I was a couple of small towns, and one of the small towns was Scottsville, New York. As an adult, I lived in the Rochester area. I lived in the city for many, many years. Then we had moved to Greece, New York, and I was in Greece for 8 years before we moved down here. So, yeah, we have that gypsy blood. We move around a lot. Mom always said, and I love the way her attitude with this is, she says, I don't mind moving. She goes, I look at it like a new adventure, and that's the way she is. Now, the last two places that I lived in Charlotte for 6 years, and when I was there, that's the longest I've ever lived anywhere in my life. Okay, so 6 years in Charlotte. Then we sold that house, bought the house in Greece. I was in Greece, New York for 8 years. Okay, so that is now the longest that I've ever lived anywhere in my life. We started our 5th year in June of this year. I'm planning on breaking that record. This is where I'm putting my roots down. So, you can't say gypsy on YouTube. Yeah. Oh, I'm going to offend somebody. Well, too bad, too late. But yeah, I just, I don't mind going on adventures and doing new things. I think it's fun. We've done it our whole lives. So, is Heather a thrower or a sweeper? Well, they all do the only one that doesn't sweep is the skip. Everybody else sweeps. Everybody, including the skip, throws stones. Well, push the stones, I should say. So it just depending on the order of where you are. So the skip is the most experienced member of the team, and their skip is a 5th-year senior. So he's been, with the club for the longest. So, have you got your videos marked? I don't know what you mean by that, Ghost City. I don't know what you mean by that. Ever heard of the town line in New York that was seceded from the Union during the Civil War? I did not. No, I never heard of that. But yeah. So anyway, so we got to do this at this point of the show because we are winding it down here. I can't. This freaking time goes by so fast, guys. So don't jump the gun on me. Don't anybody jump the gun because I won't mention it if you do. We are legion, guys, because we are many. There's so many of us out here. We're all over the place, and we are a huge, huge family. So where's everybody from tonight? You got to tell me where you're from. We got Texas, Illinois, Liberty Hills, Texas, Montreal, Canada, Mobile, Alabama, the Netherlands, North Carolina. Oh, my goodness. Now it's going really fast. Ransomville, New York, New Zealand, North Florida, Texas, Michigan, let's see, Chicagoland, Minnesota, Colorado, We got Iowa, the UK, Queens, New York. Let's see, New Jersey, Kentucky, Nashville, Tennessee. Very nice. Love the music down there. Been to the Grand Ole Opry. Mississippi, Australia. Very nice. Southwest Ontario, Ohio, Cincinnati. Very nice. Syracuse, New York. Very cool. Canada, Pittsburgh. North Dakota. Very nice. Montana. South Australia. Very cool. We got Tennessee, Los Angeles, UP of Michigan. Yep, the Upper Peninsula. Northeast Pennsylvania, Maryland, Texas, Oklahoma, Northern Ireland, very nice. Norway, Pennsylvania, Indiana, Pennsylvania. Let's see, Milwaukee, Idaho, Indiana again. So, guys, we're all over the place. We're all over the country. We're all over the world. And again, we are a huge, huge family. And we really can make a difference when the time comes. And I just think that it's really important that we try to do that if we can. There is a lot of good people out there that have absolutely no clue about prepping. They've drinking the Kool-Aid. They think everything is going to be fantastic forever. And, it is definitely something that we can make a difference in because we're awake. And, and that's a blessing for us. But I think our role as part of that is to help other people when the time comes and get through what we're doing. I will say, guys, if you're not subscribed to the channel and you're watching, please do subscribe. Hit that thumbs up button. Make sure you hit your bell icon, and so that way you get all the updates as well. And like I said, now, it's just we all starved. I don't know why I don't know. So anyway, guys, again, if you haven't shot that thumbs up yet, what are we at, 363? So let's see if we can't hit that 400 just for fun. Let's see if we can get to 400. So if you haven't done the thumbs up yet, please do, and we'll see how close we can get here before we sign off. But remember, guys, we are all in this together, and I think a lot of people do lose sight of that, and it's really important that we realize that this is not a joke. This is not a game. When the time comes, we're going to have to, as they say, SH or get off the pot. So, it's important that we try to work together. Remember also to hug and kiss the ones you love. Tell them every single day. Tell them how you feel. Tomorrow's not guaranteed. We never know what's going to happen in life. So it's really, really important that we tell the people that we care about every single day how we feel. Also remember, guys, STD. It's one step at a time, one thing at a time, and one day at a time. Whatever you're trying to do, whatever you're trying to accomplish, you can do it. The only one that can stop you from getting there is you. Nobody else can stop you. So thank you, everybody, for joining me. Thank you for my moderators continuing to do a great job keeping the chat clean. I appreciate that. You guys do a fantastic job. So what are we at? 380 on thumbs up. So we're 20 away. We're going to give it one more minute and see if we can't get those thumbs up to get up there. So if you haven't done the thumbs up yet, if you would do that, I would appreciate it. Everybody, and it's like, that's the best part. We got great people in the comments sharing ideas, sharing thoughts, which is awesome. And I appreciate that. And that's what it's about. That's what these get-togethers are. It's a family. We're a big family. And you know what? People are going to hate us for it, guys. They really are. They're going to hate that. But you know what? I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to stay right here. I'm going to continue to be outspoken. If you don't like it, again, and I've said it before, you're free to leave. Nobody's forcing you to stay. So, again, thank you for my haters for watching all the videos. I appreciate your support as well. The Cowboys won today, so it was a happy day. I was happy about that. If haters hate, good people help others. You're exactly right. I agree with you 100%. So what are we, 7 away now? Oh, come on. We're 7 away, guys. Let's get 7 thumbs up. There's now one more, so 6 away. But yeah, Cowboys look good today. Zeke's not really producing. I don't know what's going on with Zeke, but, quarterback looks pretty good. Threw for over 400 yards. Oh, there we are, 400. Okay, guys. Thank you so much. I will see you all tomorrow. I appreciate the support. I appreciate you guys. You have no idea, okay? Have a great day. I will talk to you all later. Prepper Nurse 1, out for now.